रंग रसिया ओरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया रंग रसिया ओरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया तेरा दीवाना है सबसे बेगाना है तेरा दीवाना है सबसे बेगाना है तूने जिया पे कैसा जादू किया रंग रसिया ओरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया रंग रसिया तोरे बिना लागे ना है मोरा जिया मुकरा मेरा चांद का टुकड़ा जो देखे खो जाए ऐसी मेरी मस्त जवानी सबका दिल बहकाए मेरा जोबन मेरे नखरे मेरी कोमल काया देख के मेरी कमर का झटका हर कोई गिर जाए तेरा दीवाना है सबसे बेगाना है तेरा दीवाना है सबसे बेगाना है तूने जिया पे कैसा जादू किया रंग रसिया ओरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया रंग रसिया ओरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया तेरा दीवाना है सबसे बेगाना है तेरा दीवाना है सबसे बेगाना है तूने जिया पे कैसा जादू किया रंग रसिया ओरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया रंग रसिया तोरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया Ranjeev, my heart, a story about my true lover. Girl, you know that I love you, but I love up my daru too. Hey! My girl says she leaving, cause I only drinking. Pack up all she things and she leave and gone. My girl says she leaving, cause I only drinking. Pack up all she things and she leave and gone. I tell she come back home, cause I can't do this alone. It have something that I want you know that I love you, hey. But love me daru too. You know that I love you, but love me daru too. I just only do and do, no matter what I can't please you. How you want me pick and choose when I love up me daru too. Hey, I love me daru. I love me daru. You know I love you, baby. The rum only secondary. But when you're acting crazy, 2 shots make me happy. No, I can't hide it no more. Oh, I'm telling you for sure. You want to be with me and Santa family. It have something that I want you know. You know that I love you, but love me daru too. You know that I love you, but love me daru too. I just only do and do, no matter what I can't please you. How you want me pick and choose when I love up me daru too. Hey, I love me daru. I love me daru. It's long time that we've been locked down. I even gave up my crown. Still that they make you happy, so come take a few drinks with me. No, I can't hide it no more. Oh, I'm telling you for sure. You want to be with me and Santa family. It have something that I want you know. You know that I love you, but love me daru too. You know that I love you, but love me daru too. रंग रसिया तोरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया रंग रसिया तोरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया तेरा दीवाना है सबसे बेगाना है तेरा दीवाना है सबसे बेगाना है तूने जिया पे कैसा जादू किया रंग रसिया तोरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया रंग रसिया तोरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया मुकरा मेरा चांद का टुकड़ा जो देखे खो जाए ऐसी मेरी मस्त जवानी सबका दिल बहकाए मेरा जोबन मेरे नखरे मेरी कोमल काया देख के मेरी कमर का झटका हर कोई गिर जाए तेरा दीवाना है सबसे बेगाना है तेरा दीवाना है सबसे बेगाना है तूने जिया पे कैसा जादू किया रंग रसिया तोरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया रंग रसिया तोरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया तेरा दीवाना है सबसे बेगाना है तेरा दीवाना है सबसे बेगाना है तूने जिया पे कैसा जादू किया रंग रसिया तोरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया रंग रसिया तोरे बिना लाग्यो ना है मोरा जिया Ranjeev, my heart, a story about my true lover. Girl, you know that I love you, but I love up my daru too. Hey! My girl says she leaving, cause I only drinking. Pack up all she things and she leave and gone. My girl says she leaving, cause I only drinking. Pack up all she things and she leave and gone. I tell she come back home, cause I can't do this alone. It have something that's how you know that I love you, but love me daru too. You know that I love you, but love me daru too. I just only do and do, no matter what I can't please you. How you want me pick and choose when I love up me daru too. Hey, I love me daru. I love me daru. You know I love you, baby. The rum only secondary. But when you're acting crazy, 2 shots make me happy. No, I can't hide it no more. Oh, I tell you for sure. You want to be with me and start a family. It have something that I want you know. You know that I love you, but love me daru too. You know that I love you, but love me daru too. I just only do and do, no matter what I can't please you. How you want me pick and choose when I love up me daru too. Hey, I love me daru. I love me daru. It's long time that we've been locked down. I even gave up my crown. Still that they make you happy, so come take a.
It took me quite a long time to develop a voice, and now that I have it, I'm not going to be silent. Madeline Albright. Welcome to Get Real with Shamisa. I'm your host, Shamisa Ali, and it's truly a pleasure to be here with you this evening. A special good evening to everyone joining us on Facebook Live, YouTube, Allen Zone Radio, and on NTN Channel 69 in Georgetown, Guyana. Tonight, we have a very beautiful woman who has been clearing boundaries. She's been stepping over boundaries. She's been doing a lot in our community, but while she's doing it with charm. she's doing it with grace, and she's doing it with strength and faith. Tonight, I have with me a woman who has set boundaries beyond anything. She has come from a third world country and she has lived her dream. I am very excited, but first, here is a message from our sponsors.
NNS Algo Licensed Custom Brokerage Services Inc. is a Guyanese owned and registered company located at Lot 49 Public Road, Kitty, Georgetown, with branch office at Lot 10-acre Media Ida on the west coast of Demerara. We offer an all-inclusive service including delivery for all your commercial imports of air and sea cargo, containerized or LCL, vehicle and equipment, and much more. Make that call today, 225-5495, or visit our pages at www.nsalgobrokerage.com or find us on Facebook at NS Algo Brokerage.
Gavin sing at Rancho. Yeah, my liquor is my lover. I was born a drinker. Yeah, my liquor is my lover. I was born a drinker.
Enos Driving School offers training for CDL licenses, including tractor trailers, trucks, and school buses. Just think, with a CDL license, you can have access to thousands of driving jobs at large companies such as FedEx, UPS, MTA, or New York Sanitation. Enos Driving School also offers defensive driving courses and training classes for cars and motorcycles, all taught by their college-trained instructors who can even schedule your road test appointments. Inquire about other driving and training packages as well. You might even be qualified for their free CDL training, as they are a certified institution with the New York State Workforce One program. Call Enos Driving School today. They've been serving our community for over 10 years.
So she is a breath of fresh air. She's powerful in so many ways, but she's an inspiration to many other immigrant women who came here with a dream and a story. Tonight we learn about the dream and the story. Please welcome Bibi Bethune.
Hi, everyone. I must say, Shamiza, thank you for having me here tonight. I mean, it's the first time we're meeting personally.
Yes.
And I was made to understand that you actually followed me before we met here.
That is true. I love to follow women who is making a difference. And so you're one of those women in our community who's been, you're always in the news for something, whether, it's your live that you do or teaching people how to cook. You're always doing something. And so for me, I love inspirational women, women who make a difference. And so I've been following you, love your story. But listen, we're here tonight. So there's a lot of people who are here to learn about you
I know that.
and your story. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Bibi.
Where you want me to start, bro?
I want you to start from when, you were like 6 months old.
Yes, I did. I did one. I think once I did one of my show based on myself, but for the new viewers, I know some of them love to hear my story. And where would I start from? I start from back when I remembered growing up. For those who don't know, I came from Guyana, my Creek, more of a waterside place
Right,
where it's one way in, one way out. We do most of our transportation by boat.
right.
We attended school right there.
Mhm.
So we grew up in a very poorly neighborhood, people looked at, and we developed from there. But growing up poor, I love to use the word poor because I remember many days, the things that we went through, flood, the hard farming, the hard fishing, and so forth like that. And to know where I am today, it's a long history comes back.
Right. So it's a history that a lot of us want to know about because, again, we want to know who is really Bibi Bethune, right? So you grew up your childhood was spent in Guyana. And so here as a little girl growing up, what are your fondest memory of Guyana and growing up in Berbice, Mycone,
Yeah,
right?
it's not actually in Berbice, but it's closer to Berbice. And one of the thing I always remember in Guyana is hardship. I mean, New York is not bed of roses too, but
Definitely.
we looked at that country as a hard country than here. But to me, if you stay in there and here, it doesn't matter really where, but as long you work towards. But a lot of people come to America and feel that, we're in
Right.
bed of roses and we don't have to work hard. But I think I'm working harder here. So back then, little of my history back, I attend the same primary school in Mycone. I wrote the SSEA exam. I didn't get one of the best school, but my parents tried, and I attend Mycone Secondary for a few years, 3 years, and then I attend it's called Cat College in Mahaika, where I wrote CXC. I didn't do that well, but that didn't stop me.
Right.
And I apply right off the primary school that I attend, and I became a teacher, unqualified teacher, because at that present moment I didn't have maths nor English. At CXC, I had grade 3 and grade 4.
Right.
So in grade 4, that comes in the English, right? So I later decided that, you know what, I'm going to further my study.
Right.
And I took it there and I did a further course in maths and English. And I got a better grade. And I went into CPC.
CPC. Now,
Yeah.
Bibi, I want to stop you there for a moment. Now, you got a grade 3 and 4. Is that correct?
Correct.
And that didn't stop you from saying, hey, I'm not good at this. I'm not going to pursue this. I'm actually going to continue on what can I do to be better. So you continued, you pursued it, and here you are trying to get better at English and math, which are two
Correct.
subjects, if for the people who are not from Guyana, it's two subjects that are mandatory on almost every exam that you take, it's mandatory. So you are required to take it, and it is very essential, right?
Correct. Because I remembered going to the maths classes is not something that I like. So when I got the result, that was not really, it was like, that's what it is.
Right.
But like I said, that did not stop me. I took a further courses and I got grade 1 and 2 after in maths and English. And I took it from there and I attended CPC.
CPC is
The Teacher Training College.
Sir Potter
College of Education,
right?
yes.
So you further that now you are here trying to become a teacher.
Well, I did try to become a teacher when I got to the United States, but my whole life took a turn around and wrong, and I became a businesswoman.
So in Guyana, you became a teacher, actually.
Yes, I taught for 8 years.
You taught at
I taught at primary school. I taught at my school that I attend, the primary school, for 3 years.
Right.
And then I went to, after I got married, I went to Anns Grove on the East Coast, and I went there like for 4 or 5 years.
And you taught as a teacher.
Yes, so I did like the age 11, 12,
Right.
10, 11, 12.
So now here you are, you come to America as a teacher in Guyana.
Correct.
Coming to America. How was that? What would make someone that's a teacher in Guyana, I'm assuming earning a decent wage in Guyana, come to the US and start life all over again?
Correct. And at that present moment in Guyana, I can recall the teachers were getting approximately 28, 30, around $40,000. Depends to your status. That's how you get paid.
That's monthly.
Monthly.
So that's about $200
US
dollars.
300 approximately.
And now you have a family to take care of.
Correct.
And you're doing all of it. So you come to the US with a dream.
Yes.
With a passion. Did you come here
Correct.
wanting to be a teacher?
No.
All
I
right.
didn't
So
came here.
this is where it gets real. What was your thought process as coming to the US?
When I first came to the US, that was 2014.
Mhm.
I came on vacation. I was on leave for 3 months. And the funny thing is, I was about to graduate.
Oh, that's a whole new world we're
Yes,
entering
I was
into.
about to graduate to become a graduate teacher. And I said, you know what? I will come to the US and see what I can do here.
Right.
So I came in 2014 and I went back. I spent 6 weeks and I returned in 2015. I remember January 16 of 2015.
Right.
And that's where the whole life begins.
So 2014, you visit. What
Yes.
was your thought process at that
At the time
time?
when I first visit, coming to the country, I saw the opportunity that, you know what, this is the reason why everybody wants to come to New York. They see betterment. And when I looked at, I was working at the time when I came to in 2014, and I actually compare my salary
Right.
to back then. 1 week you're getting like $300 here, and you're working it over there like for an entire month.
Right.
So I could have seen the difference right there and then.
Mhm.
And I said, you know what? This is why people come to the US.
Right.
You know, they have bigger dreams here. When they come here, they see bigger dreams. Even though they have these dreams, they feel they cannot achieve it in Guyana because of the salary.
Now you're a teacher and guide. I'm sure it took a lot of money to go to the
Yes.
college to graduate as a teacher, right? And now I'm sure you're probably, I don't know if you have student loans, but a lot of teachers.
No.
So here you are now in the US and you see a possibility that, hey, I can do something that that's not that hard and I can earn more than what.
Correct.
So you see an opportunity there.
Correct.
And there are light bulbs and little things that's going on in your
Yes.
head. And you're like, this is it.
This is it. Exactly. Because when I came in 2014 and I went back, the few weeks that I was home, I took the time to think about really what I want.
Right.
Because at the time when you graduated, you're going to be earning like $100,000 a month, which is like $500 here. And you compare it that you're getting $500 here per week.
Right.
And that's what brings me back here.
Okay. So you come to the US 2015.
Yes.
With a dream and you're ready to take on whatever comes your way.
Whatever comes my way.
What is the first thing that happens when you come to the US?
When I came to the US at 2015.
Yes.
Okay, when I came to the US 2015, I was actually looking for a next job.
Okay.
And cooking is my passion.
Right.
I love cooking. And everybody comes to the US. Now I can realize that they go to these restaurants and they ask for a job.
Right.
And, we try to hire them, give them a little something, whatever it is. And I was in that position. So I went to this restaurant and I got through.
Meaning that you got a job at the restaurant.
I got a job, yes.
And what would you be doing, Bibi?
I was actually cooking and helping around in the kitchen.
So cooking, meaning you're in a West Indian restaurant now, right? And you're making, is there something that you were told, hey, this is what we do. You have to cook pumpkin every day. Your job is to cook pumpkin.
No, we don't, at that
or
time,
chicken curry. Like, what was your thing that you were told that, hey, this is your specialty, or, be cooking roti every day? Like, what were you doing?
When I went to the restaurant, I don't want to remember my days, but I was saying, when I go to the restaurant, nobody wants to show you anything. They just want to be greedy that you do everything wrong and you get fired.
Right.
That's my days.
So you're saying, what I'm hearing you say is that everybody, meaning the other people that's
there.
They don't want to teach you the right thing.
No, they don't want to.
Which most of these people would have been people probably from your country as well.
Correct.
They don't want to teach you. They just want you to do it wrong, so you be gone.
Exactly.
Okay,
yes.
And they can keep the job.
Of course.
That
was my feelings.
Okay.
Working But that didn't stop me.
That's the important thing. If you're watching and you're listening right now to Bibi's story, it's Bibi does not give up. She's very resilient. She knows what she wants and she's strong, right?
Of course.
So you didn't give up. You took whatever they did. They didn't want to teach you. Now, did you have any history in cooking? Were you a good
No,
cook at home?
no. Well,
No.
I started out to cook at the age of 11. I
Mhm.
recall my mother. She will actually sit there and tell you, put this in the pot, put that in the pot, put this in the pot. And
Right.
that's where we started out. And growing up, going here, going there, and so forth like that, I developed this cooking, love cooking.
Okay.
And I didn't attend no cooking school, no culinary, no anything. It's
Right.
just my skill that I developed.
So you developed that skill, and
Mhm.
here you are now having to do it as a job, right?
Correct.
And no help from anyone,
Nope.
just you and what you've learned in the
Correct.
last few years, and you're ready to put it to test. So you're cooking in the kitchen
Correct.
at a restaurant.
Correct.
Is it on Liberty Avenue?
No, it's on Lefferts Boulevard.
Lefferts. So here you are cooking, and you're you're motivated. You're like, I got this. It's gonna make me money. It's doing better than what teaching is
That's what
doing.
it is.
Effortless. And so what happens next?
Well, I started out cooking. I started out cooking, and before I get started out cooking, I started out to cook at the restaurant that I currently own at this present moment.
Okay. So tell us what we want to hear. We're all here to listen,
So
I
I
wanna
started
know.
out cooking at the restaurant that I currently own,
Okay.
right? So I started out cooking, and like I said, things were not what I expect coming here.
Mhm.
And I had tough days where you will cook, you will clean, you come the next day, you're gonna be doing the same thing over and over because
Yeah.
nobody cooperates with you, and it still didn't let me down.
So what I'm hearing you say, BB, is, so we're in Guyana and we think coming to the US, it's a bed of roses,
No.
it's everything is like beautiful. You have, you can make so much money. And here you are coming and realizing, hey, it's not exactly what I
Exactly.
thought it would be. It's a little bit different. But listen, I'm here, so I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep
Correct.
going. So
Correct.
you're at the restaurant now that you started off as an employee, and you claim that's the same restaurant that you currently own. So the kitchen people, they're not that great. What happens?
Well, what happened, I actually started out to reach out to the boss, let him know, hey, this is what we're gonna do. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. You want wherever you are working in any company, you want to do your best.
Of course.
And when you do your best, you're recognized by the manager or the owner. And that's where you get promotions.
Right.
You don't just want to go because you're there for a paycheck. I tell everybody that. You
Right.
do your best at your job.
Of course.
And that's where you get promotion. That's where you get more and you know more and you evaluate yourself and you be proud of yourself. And that's one of the things I was doing at the moment.
So how does that explain in, like, being in the kitchen and cooking? Is that cooking an extra 100 roti than expected of you, or is it
No,
more
it's
of
just
like
in me organizing and showing
taking leadership?
correct.
Perfect. So you took leadership. The boss saw something in you.
Correct.
And even though everyone else refused to help you,
Correct.
you just keep growing and doing.
Exactly.
And so suddenly, how did it get to you being the boss of the restaurant? I'm curious. I'm just very curious about this, because I'm sure, everyone else out there is very, very curious to find out what happened exactly.
Well, actually, let me just say hi to the people that's tuning right there. Yes, actually what happens is after months and months, I didn't actually decide that I'm gonna come here and overstay my time.
Okay.
I just come, I'm gonna work and I'm gonna get home back.
Right.
But me being around a helping boss
Mhm.
and show him out what's gonna happen, After a time, we get to become friends.
Yeah.
And from friends, the whole entire story happens where I'm about to leave, and then I don't know where the love business come from, but it just
Wait.
happens
How
to
did we
be.
get to love? I thought
I don't
he's
know.
your. Are
No,
you
he
referring
becomes
to?
my friend now.
Oh, from friend
Yes, he becomes
to
my
love.
friend.
We need details of that in between. Come on, baby, you can't leave us out like that. How did it go from like friend to
That's what it
love?
is. Yes, that's what it is.
It just grew.
It just grew.
What was the time?
I
At least tell us
think
the time
I
that it
think
took.
that I literally inspired him as the woman that he wants.
Oh.
And the things that I want in life,
Mhm.
I literally could see it through him.
Now we're talking boss babe love story.
Yes. And
This is some inspiration right here, baby. But at this moment, I do want to pause for a moment and I want to introduce you guys to my co-host for tonight, George Baksh. George, welcome to Get Real with Shamiza.
Hi, how you guys doing? I'm listening to you guys. You guys having a great conversation.
George, I had so much fun welcoming Bibi that I totally missed the opportunity to introduce you. So my apologies to you.
No, it's
Bibi
okay.
is my co-host George.
hi, George.
Hi, how you doing? I
I'm great.
actually met you, but I actually didn't get to introduce myself. We just
Okay,
passed
okay.
each
I met
other.
so many people,
Yeah,
and I tend
I
to
know
forget.
you're very busy. A
Yes.
very busy woman, I could tell.
So George, you're listening to what how the story is unfolding right now, right? What questions do you have for Bibi?
I mean, I first of all, I congratulate her to, work through those hard things dealing with her own people and give her that courage to open her own business. It's restaurant business is not an easy business. I had a
Yeah.
nightclub and a restaurant also. I give up on that. I can't do it. I don't, I congratulate her. It's always work, work, work. And I congratulate her to do that. I mean, she took a big task and that's what she likes to do. And I think it's, she likes to cook. And, I see her
Oh,
place. I went to the miles I passed by, I seen her place. I have to go. I never been, but
George,
I
but
was,
we're not quite there right now. We're getting there right now. We want to know how Bibi got to that point. So Bibi, here you are. This you're about to go back to Guyana,
Yes.
right? You don't want to overstay, which is something common in our community,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So love,
Yeah.
tell me
Yeah.
about
That's what
that.
happened. Yes. So I was about to actually decide that I'm gonna let boss know I'm about to go back,
Mhm.
and he brought me the opportunity now where before I go back, you know, he can help me out with the situation where I think every immigrant they come looking for an opportunity like that where they will get their papers and be living in the United States and live their dreams.
So what exactly did he do to make that happen for
Well,
you?
we decide now that I was married. I had to get a divorce,
Oh, okay.
and I reached out to my husband and let him know I got an opportunity and whereby I will take it.
So meaning you fell in love with someone else.
We didn't love each other yet.
Oh, it was just an opportunity. Now,
Yes,
boss sees you, he feels
correct,
this woman is full of inspiration.
correct,
She knows how to manage my business.
correct.
He reaches out to you and he says, hey, listen, I can make you a good deal.
There you
Stay
go.
here in the US. I'll make things happen for you.
Correct,
Help me manage my business.
correct.
Wow.
And now there is a story that uh said we need to get boss on the show. Anyway, um, so that's where it happens, and I decide, you know what, I will take the opportunity.
So you took the
I took
opportunity.
the opportunity that we will get married
Mhm,
and I will get my paper and so forth like that.
mhm.
But then during the time, the whole story took a different turn. Where when we decide on that, after we met to the attorney and so forth like that, We had a big age, we still have the big age difference. And we know that, you know what, maybe it's not gonna work out. But again, that didn't stop me. We still continue. And until I found out one day that boss really and truly fall in love with me.
So Bibi's story is a typical story of a lot of women and men that come to this country with a dream in their heart, a story to be told, and opportunities. So you have one of the biggest opportunities right now.
Correct.
You have a boss who adores you.
Correct.
He is willing to commit to you.
Correct.
And there's love involved now.
Correct.
What do you now, having a husband back home, right? You have a child back home.
Correct.
And you say yes.
Yes.
You say yes to him.
Yes.
Were you in love with him?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Not at the
I
moment.
hope that he's not watching right
That's
now.
okay. He knows that. Not at the moment.
Right.
Apart from that, I just found out the other day, you just don't love the love at first sight, and this I don't think it's a true statement. You just don't see somebody else. You don't know where you're gonna end. I think while you're getting into your relation, knowing that's where the love comes in.
Right.
And that's what happened.
For you, it's more of an opportunity.
Correct.
It's more of making a better life for yourself.
Exactly.
And I'm sure as a mom now, you're also thinking of how you can make a better life for your child. So fast forward, you decided to stay in the US.
Yes, and got married to boss.
And got married to boss. And here you are now, not a cook anymore.
No.
But boss
I still
lady.
Cook.
Boss lady. You're the boss now.
Correct.
And what happens next?
Well, after I decided, you know what, I'm going to stay and I'm going to get married to him. I didn't get married to him, but I got pregnant first before I got married to him. And it was a life that I was wondering to know what going to happen. Coming to the state is not all. Getting somebody to help you is not all, but then get pregnant. And
a whole different level.
You didn't get married as yet. It's something that at one time I feel I was traumatized by the situation. What did I get myself into?
Right.
But then he's a man of his word that I would tell everybody.
Yeah.
He said, you know what? It has to be done now. And we got married while I was pregnant.
Okay.
Getting married to him, and he just gave me the opportunity that I want in life. Everything that I see, everything that I want to achieve, he gives me the push to it. Because I think I help him to be the man who he wants to be.
And he helped you
to be the woman who I want to be.
Yes. So I feel that's a perfect combination because, you know, in a world where we're all, I feel a lot of times in relationships, we have that other person, or people change, right? As
Correct.
we grow, we have different things. And one of the things that's causing the high rates of divorce right now is one person moves ahead and the other is left behind because they grow into people that they, and you know, we can probably get into a whole different show for that.
Yes.
But you know, one of the biggest things I think is people grow, and as they grow, hey, you might decide this is what I want to do. Like you decided, hey, I want to come to the US.
Yes.
Left your family back home, and now you're here. You decided I want to stay here, right?
Yes.
I want to make a life for myself. Now that love that was back home is like forgotten, and you were ready to pursue, but you found someone that is wanting to do it with you. You guys have the same goals. Boss lady, fall in love, pregnant.
Correct.
And what happens next?
Well, after I got pregnant, we decided that, you know what, we got married, we move in, we live with each other. And as time gets by, from one restaurant to the next, to the next, to the next.
Meaning?
That after a year or so, we decide to expand. We fix the one. We expand into Liberty Avenue, where we open up a 24-hour diner.
And what is the name of that diner?
GT Kingston Diner. And it was like the first West Indian woman to
Yes.
open a 24-hour restaurant. It's not an easy, like your friend said over there, the co-host said, restaurant is not easy.
Easy, right.
And I literally from there, I went over, I took a next restaurant, then the pandemic hit, and it didn't stop me. During the peak of the pandemic, I got a next opportunity. It didn't stop me. I went all the way to Long Island.
Yes, and
In-
you're
yes,
nautical mile right
correct, correct.
now. Every summer it's one of the places that I visit, and going to Nautical Mile, it's one of the things that's very obvious. It's there is no presence in terms of restaurants there for people like us. We have to dine with what's there, and it's mostly restaurants. It's more of like, American food, and
Correct.
here you are as a West Indian, right, from Guyana, starting your own place out there. Did you say, hey, I have to fit in and I'm going to just serve my whatever is here and
No,
serve the people?
what I did, and even what I did on Liberty Avenue, I studied the community. You just don't open business, maybe because you have money or you want to open a business.
Right.
You have to study the environment, the community, what is missing from it.
Right.
And that's what you do. You don't do what your fellow business people are doing. Maybe you want to do the same little thing, but I think you do better when you do the different things. For example, when I went to Liberty Avenue, what gives me the urge to do a 24-hour diner? I recalled one night, we're tired with our own food. We decided we're going to go to Liberty Avenue, now called Little Guyana, for those who don't know.
Yes, Little Guyana.
And at 11 o'clock, there was no food place, absolutely no food place that opens.
Right.
But everybody opens back on 6 o'clock in the morning. So it gave me the sense, when the Liberty close, I find we do more business on Lefford because people coming out, they want food. So at that time, after 11, we sells a lot of food. So I decided, you know what? Let's open a place on Liberty.
Right.
And we're going to open later, which might be 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Because it works with our license.
Right.
When we got the license, or we inquired that we will get the license until 4 o'clock in the morning, we know that Liberty opens back at 6 o'clock in the morning. Majority of the roti shop opens at 6. So I said, why we don't give it a shot? And we open around the clock. So when we finish at 4, it takes us a little time to clean up. We can bring the after party. Those people that party, especially on the weekend at the club, they will come and have their breakfast before they go home. And by then, 6 o'clock, they're already open.
Right.
So that gives me the urge to open 24-hour on Liberty Avenue.
So that's how you started.
Correct.
A diner that is open 24
hours.
It was just looking at your environment, seeing that there was a need for this.
The need for it.
And just not saying, hey, I'm just going to be the difference.
I could have been go open a roti shop like everybody else, open the same time and close the same time, but that would not bring me.
So you want it to be a change.
Exactly.
And you wanted to
everything
make a
that I'm doing, I want to do it
differently.
Differently.
So here you are now taking a big chance.
Correct.
And going to
Long Island, Nautical Mile.
And you opened up what type of restaurant?
I opened the West Indian over there too. Because I went to Nautical Mile like about 3 times prior to this. And I realized the amount of West Indian people out there.
Right.
And there is more of American and Italian restaurant. What happened to our West Indian people that goes
That's
over
right.
there?
What
Who
happened?
cater for them?
And we go out there a lot. We support
There
those
is like
businesses.
70% of West Indian people out there.
Yes.
Right?
During the summer especially.
And during the summer especially. So why not cater for our West Indian people?
Why not? All I hear is why not from
So
you.
I decided
Yes,
that I will cater for them.
yes. And so you did.
So I did. I took it. It took me months
Uh-huh.
because of the pandemic, the restaurant business. It took a hardship on us.
Hmm.
Only we in the restaurant and bar, the owners, the manager, the staff, they
Right.
know what we are going through.
Great.
It's not an easy time during the pandemic, but that didn't stop me.
Now, Bibi, I want to stop you there and go. I know there was a post earlier that I saw that says how inflation has helped things to the price of things to just go up in
Yes,
terms of the cooking oil.
yes, I made the post yesterday too.
Right.
Mhm.
And for people like us who are just people who goes to these restaurants, yes, we know there was a pandemic and everything changed, our
Mhm.
lives changed
Mhm.
as a whole. We're not conscious that these little things have changed. And you brought that to my awareness, right? When we see that fried rice that we usually buy, and
Mhm.
it used to be 9.99 and it's now 13.99, and you're thinking, wow, these people just raised their price, and it's a hard time for all of us. But they're not understanding how
Correct.
much you guys are paying in
Correct.
terms of, what you do.
It's it's a lot to that. Even though you said you bought fried rice from $9 to $13, they might give you the same $9 restaurant fried rice, but it will just be the fried rice that you're not getting all the time.
Hmm.
Things will be missing from it. But true, because they don't want to raise the price, they just use what they have to
Right,
cook with, and
right,
that brings the restaurant business down even more.
right.
So I even made a post the other day. Now, when you go out to the restaurants and you find that they will let you know, hey, we don't have this today on the menu, are we out of that? Or the service took a little longer than
Right.
expected, is because of things that we don't have to help us. We don't have staff. We go to the my husband complains he go to the grocery store now
Hmm.
and he can walk the aisle freely that they're
Yes,
out of stocks. But we're in the business, we try to make much
of what you have.
of what we have and try to go here, there, there. Sometimes we go this week and buy a fish. We might end up with a little fish like this. Then we ended up with some big one like this. Because of the product, the pandemic, everything changes. Everything. And we're in the restaurant. We want you to come out. We
Right,
want to do our best. And
right.
when sometimes we feel like we are failing
Hmm.
because of the feedback that we're getting, this is not good, that's not, this is not what I expect, this is that. But it still don't stop me from do what I'm doing.
Right.
You understand?
No, you as a person, I know you're very persistent, right? You're
Yes.
not stopping at, hey, this is not meant for you, or you're not in the right. You just keep going.
Correct.
Tell me a little bit about the food, because you're in the food business,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're a boss for restaurants, few different restaurants. How is your food different, or what do you serve that makes you different from the rest of restaurants out there? Because I feel that well, there's some uniqueness to what
Correct.
you offer. So tell us a little bit about
what
that.
what I did, what I find that makes the restaurant unique, and every restaurant, if there is anybody out there looking, the key to your restaurant in preparing food, you must have a recipe.
Right.
You must have a recipe that you work with. And hiring the staff, they come to work at your place and they must do what you ask them to do.
Right.
So in my thing, I work with a recipe that my staff might cook, because I'm not there, I'm here, but the restaurant's still going on because I have cooks.
Right.
So I hire them and I teach them, I train them. This is our recipe and this is how we will do this.
Right.
And try to create a consistency of the food. Some days you will find maybe 5-6% maybe something went wrong in the food. It's because, like we said again, back to the product. We might be using Goya product this week, and then we go next week, we don't find Goya. We find a next brand. And the
Okay.
brand that we use this week changed the taste of the food that we are making.
Got it.
But we're still trying. So the key to the food preparation is your recipe.
Right.
So that's what I work with. And I create my own seasoning. I buy the seasoning from the store, yes, but I make my own seasoning.
So you buy the spices
And
like your
I,
garlic,
yes,
onions, and all
and
these
I
things,
mix
and
my
you
own thing.
make your own
Correct.
green seasoning,
Yes.
or all put your spices together.
Correct.
You create
Correct.
that curry.
Correct.
Now, I do want to go. I know that you're very big on cooking. When you speak of cooking,
Mhm.
you also used to have, and probably for your viewers, might be continuing as time persists for you, your cooking channel, show, however people want to say it, where you go live and you teach people how to make different things.
Yes. I I was home during the pandemic. I couldn't find myself home
Hmm.
doing nothing.
Right.
And the only way I think I could actually save my business is to do something to keep my customer.
So,
And it gave me the idea, why not cook?
mhm.
And that's where I started. I started out one day, I think I was making either cook up or duck, and I said, you know what, let me tune in. And I tune in, shy girl tuning in on Facebook,
Yes.
don't know to interact with so many people.
Hmm.
And I started out. And from one day to the second day to the third day to the fourth day, and it just keep growing. And the viewers out there that are looking, they will know I put all my seasoning
Hmm.
and I teach them from step to step to step.
And what
And
are
they
like,
will actually try it
oh
and
yeah.
let me know, hey, Bibi, you know what? That was good.
So what are typical dishes that you usually teach your viewers
I
to cook?
do curry, steam, escovitch, grill, jerk, barbecue, pasta.
Oh,
You name it all. We bake bread. You name it, I did it.
so Bibi, I'm hearing two different sides of you. You're a teacher, you're a cook. How does one become all of these different things and still manage to manage restaurants, carry some of the biggest shows here? I mean, we have to get to that part, but in the meantime,
Oh my
how does
God.
Bibi do all of this? And now you have two kids.
I have two kids, yes.
You have two kids.
I
You
have my
have
dad.
few different restaurants, your
Correct,
dad, your husband.
correct.
How does Bibi do it all?
I do it. I took I took the time. Uh I love to get involved in everything. I want to know everything. You got to set your mind. You want to know everything, you want to do everything. And as long you have this mindset, everything, and you program yourself around,
Hmm.
you can do everything. I get up in the morning, I take my kids to school. Simple. And then I go around to the restaurants.
Hmm.
This is okay, that is okay, get staff together, this, that, come pick my kids up from school. I get them home, then I go out back to the restaurant, do what I have to do. I get time, I come over here with you. I
Yes.
go over there, I get time over there,
Yeah.
and I go about, go home back, get a couple hours of sleep, and I take care of my home too.
Take care of your home
I
now.
do the things that people want to know. Hey, when do you sleep?
Right.
But I program myself like that.
Do you think it's the motivation from all of this comes from you living in Guyana, going through the hardship that you did as a young girl, and seeing what the possibilities here and not wanting to give up, that every day you're motivated, you're inspired to be better and
that's
keep going?
that's one of the biggest thing. And another thing, I want my fellow women out there to
Mhm.
see that, you know what, we can all do it.
Yes,
If Bibi can do it, I can do it.
absolutely. And I
And
think,
this is what pushes me, because from my show, that the Cook Sip and Chat show, there are so many women that reach out to me and say, Baby, I love what you're doing. You inspired me, you motivate me.
Right.
And it gives me now the courage that, you know what, why don't you do this?
Right.
Just go about. Some days I'm tired, but you
You
know
keep
what?
going.
I keep going.
Right.
So they will see me. It's not because I wanted to do it. I want to help the others around me
Hmm.
to build themselves and show them 20 hours you can get time with your kids, your home, yourself, your business, your job, whatever it is.
Perfect. Well said there, Bibi. Now, you you didn't stop at just being a restaurant owner and managing and doing all these great things. Now you're a promoter. You have thrown some of the biggest shows this summer on the mile.
Yes, I didn't want to use the word promoter, but I've been promoting
Right.
from ever since I get in. My husband tuned in and said he don't like lazy women.
Oh, wow. Good to know, boss man.
Yes, um, I've been promoting,
Right.
and that's where the cook and sip chat start from too. That I've been promoting the restaurant, and I find Nautical Mile is where, like I said, our West Indian people love to party.
Yes.
We love to go out. We love to eat too.
Yes.
And why not take the opportunity and do something for them over there? Because we have a lot of West Indian people live over there and they travel all the way from there to
Right.
come to Queens to party. So
Absolutely.
why not I keep them right over there? So I started out now to do this kind of entertainment.
Right.
I can do them in Queens, but because of the capacity, it's very small to do those kind of thing here.
Right.
So I took the opportunity and I started out. And the people that you see show up, it's all my social media fans.
Right. Now you have a big show coming up for Halloween.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we have that show for the Halloween. It's Nightmare on the Mile. We have a Guyanese and Trinidadian performing.
Okay.
And we have the best costume. We're gonna be doing like $500 for them for the best costume. And we have Ola Tunji, we have Adrian Dutchin. They will be performing there.
Right.
Then we have a next show coming up on November 7th. It's a Bollywood. I think you're part of that.
I am
Yes,
part of
yes,
that.
you're
Yes.
part of that, right? That's November 7th. And we have a few other shows coming up for December, January, and so forth.
Now, Bibi, I know that we're coming to the end of this tonight, and I don't want to stop because you are such an inspiration to myself and to women out there, and I'm sure a few men as well. But what would you say to all of your followers? I see you have followers here, you have people here that's joining us. What would you say to all of these people who love you? They supported you, they supported your business. What would you say to them?
Well, I will say it here today, and they know. For who don't know and they're listening today, I always thank my supporters that support. I would not say me, but my business.
Right.
And because of the things that I'm doing,
Mhm.
they support me. And I want to continue to do what I'm doing so I can get that support. I don't want to change it. They looked out for me for Cook, Sip, and Chat to still
Yes.
go on, but I let them know I have a busy schedule and I want to dedicate my time in
Right.
doing that. I don't want when I'm here doing it, I have to go over there, tend to that one, I have to go over there, tend to that one, or some
You want to dedicate your
yes,
time to
and
them.
this is who I am. Whatever I'm doing, I
Right.
dedicate my time to it.
Right. It's
And when
living
they
in that moment.
correct,
where
when
if
they
you're
come
here.
out to the restaurant, I go out with them. Hey, how are you? We take a picture, we take a hug, and this is what we do, and this is how I build
Mhm.
my clients.
So for anyone that's not currently following you and they're watching the show right now, totally inspired by your story, how can they follow you?
They can get me at Bibi Bethune Facebook.
Mhm.
Please don't send me a request. Just follow me. I'm totally gone. 5,000.
5,000.
And I have 1,000 requests there. I actually confirmed some people last night. Some people will not see me back because I deleted some people. As much as I inspired some people, I know some people don't like what I'm doing. And
We'll
that
focus on the
part-
ones that like what you're
Yes,
doing.
that part even gets me better to motivate the ones that like me,
Of course,
right?
yes.
So back to what I was saying, they can get me on BB or the GT Kingston, any one of the page. They go Instagram, I'm there on BB.
Mhm.
My name is just Bibi Bethune, nothing more. I don't have anything. I'm Instagram BB. And I do share my numbers out. They feel free to reach out to me.
Okay.
And I let the women out there know any problem you have, you share it with me. You call me. I will listen to you and I will advise you.
Okay.
There is something that you need and you want to see, oh, you see Bibi get something and you, hey, Bibi, where you got it from? Hey, go here and get it.
Like this fancy jewelry that you're wearing tonight. If someone was interested in knowing where you got
I'll let them know where I got it from.
Got it. So follow her. Sip. What is it?
Cook, sip, and chat.
Cook, sip, and
That's
chat.
whenever I'm on.
Yeah, may start again soon. So keep watching. Follow her so that you may know. Visit her restaurants.
Yes.
More importantly,
They can
support
find
her.
me Liberty 11445, and that's Lefferts Boulevard.
Mhm.
GT Kingston Diner is currently closed. We're looking back to open up in November.
Mhm.
And obviously now I'm a nautical mile in Freeport.
Mhm.
It's more of a summer spot, but we have a big indoor, which
Right.
all the events coming up will be on the inside. So any of those locations, you can find me, or they can find me right where they're looking at me right now.
Perfect. And I look forward to us, maybe doing another cooking show or something in the future where you and I
Most
can collaborate
definitely.
and do something together. But Bibi, I know you have agreed to continue here with us tonight.
Mhm.
And actually, my next guest is no stranger to you.
Okay.
Ranjeev.
Yes.
So with that said, I will welcome to, first of all, here is a word from our sponsors.
So while
NNS Algo Licensed Custom Brokerage Services Inc. is a Guyanese-owned and registered company located at Lot 49 Public Road, Kitty, Georgetown, with branch office at Lot 10-acre Media Ida on the west coast of Demerara. We offer an all-inclusive service, including delivery for all your commercial imports of air and sea cargo, containerized or LCL, vehicle and equipment, and much more. Make that call today, 225-5495, or visit our pages at www.nsalgobrokerage.com or find us on Facebook at NS Algo Brokerage.
Gavin sing at Rancho. Yeah, my liquor is my lover. I was born a drinker. Yeah, my liquor is my lover. I was born a drinker.
Enos Driving School offers training for CDL licenses, including tractor-trailers, trucks, and school buses. Just think, with a CDL license, you can have access to thousands of driving jobs at large companies such as FedEx, UPS, MTA, or New York Sanitation. Enos Driving School also offers defensive driving courses and training classes for cars and motorcycles, all taught by their college-trained instructors who can even schedule your road test appointments. Inquire about other driving and training packages as well. You might even be qualified for their free CDL training, as they are a certified institution with the New York State Workforce One program. Call Enos Driving School today. They've been serving our community for over 10 years.
Welcome back to Get Real with Shamiza. I'm joined by George Bash and my
Ah,
guest for tonight, Bibi Bethune. Bibi was kind enough to stay and sit through with us for the rest of the interview with my next guest. He is he is one of the most humble artists that I know, which is something that you can probably identify with.
Yes,
He
yes.
is a hardworking. He is known as the heartbreaker. I'm not sure if that still is valid when it comes to him, but please welcome Ranjeev Ramdeen. Welcome, Ranjeev.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. How are
I'm
you?
laughing at the
Look at you
heartbreaker comments.
blushing.
No, I'm laughing at the
He's blushing.
heartbreaker
He
comments.
probably see me.
Yes, yes, BB.
Now, Ranjeev, I know you just recently performed on the Mile
Yes,
last weekend, as a matter of fact,
that's
at
correct.
Bibi's restaurant.
Yes.
What was that experience like? Because I know you know the usually the atmosphere is different for performances, but here you are now on the Mile performing. What was that like for you?
Actually, it was a first for me actually performing. Um, I would say on the mile, on this scale of performance on the mile, where it was an actual event, it was an actual show. Um, where it was patrons had to pay to come in. Um, I'll tell you, that experience was phenomenal because a lot of the faces that I saw was very familiar faces that took the trek all the way from Queens out to the Mile,
Yes.
and also not just drove there, but I saw a lot of people that came in on boats as well, which was really, really interesting and different and exciting, to turn around and see a boat docking with all your friends and people that support you when it comes to your music. So big up to everybody who came by land, sea, and hopefully some flew in from different states or countries at
Yes.
that day. So big up to everybody from land, sea, and air that came to see.
No, they can't hear him.
You can't hear me?
No, no, no. You go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry about that, Ranjeev.
yeah. Um, but yeah, just pick up to everybody. It was a great experience working with BB. Was very easy. It was fun. I think she's destined to be one of the great um, business owners, and well, already is a great business owner, but a great promoter as well. You do take care of your artists, and we appreciate that. We don't ask for well, I don't ask for much. I can't speak for everyone, but I don't ask for much, and you definitely made me feel welcomed and home and well taken care of. So thank you.
All right, Ranjiv, you're most welcome. And like he said, I do take care of everyone. You know,
Yes.
Yes, yes,
that's one of the thing I ensure that the people who is around me, I
Yes.
always, not the artist alone, but all my customer, everyone. I try to be the person who I am at always.
Do you think
yeah,
that goes back to when you came here first and you said that, you when you went to work at the
Yes,
restaurant, a lot
yes.
of people didn't want to help and they
Mhm.
didn't. And I know Ranjeev, he's one of those people just like you, try to bring people together and make sure that we support each other.
Well, one of the things that I actually did going to the mall, throwing these shows, I bring in. I call them our local talented
Yes.
until they get up there
Right.
because we started somewhere.
All of us. Yes.
Yes, we start from somewhere
Right.
very low. So why are we gonna try to get all these big international people?
Right.
Why we don't try to promote our very own?
Definitely.
And this is what I did. Hey, come, you want to join me? I have a show coming up, and it's better for you.
Yes.
And from that now,
Yeah.
I assured you, everybody that I bring, even though they have the followers, even though they're well known, I will make you well known more.
Yep.
So I will promote you.
Right.
And when he walks, when he goes about, hey, you know what? I saw him at BB. I saw him at BB. Hey, Ranjiv, I want a picture.
Yes.
yeah.
And there it goes. And
Definitely.
this is what I want to do. I want to build everyone.
we
Yeah.
have to support each other. We
Correct.
have to definitely make it an effort to you know, put every effort into building our community. Now, Ranjeev, speaking
Yeah.
about building
Hmm.
and you know, supporting our community, you have been doing a lot in terms of building, in terms of supporting,
Yeah.
and you have new music. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, we could start with the community part. For as long as I've known myself, I've always been about helping people and community and giving back to, the church and all of that. When it comes to my community, specifically, I work with a lot of people. Um, as a silent partner most of the time. And you could
Hmm.
attest to that, Shamiza. Most of the time, I'm a silent partner in a lot of things that happen,
Hmm.
because I don't believe in show and tell. Understand? I believe that when you do something, if you do something for your community, recognition is not needed necessarily. I think it's more the clean mind and the clean heart behind it and the purpose for doing it. Not every time. I mean, now I'm sure if one person find out, like maybe a media house, they would be like, "Hey, Ranjiv's been doing great stuff for community," and that's all well and done. But I'm not gonna go there and broadcast it and take pictures and put it on. That's not who I am. I don't believe in that. But I've been approached just over the last few days by a couple of people to do some toy drives. That's going to be happening within the next couple of weeks or so. The planning is starting from Monday, so we're going to be doing some toy drives, some clothing drives. I'm working with people here in New York. I'm working with people in Florida. I'm looking to do something in working with a guy that I sing for all the time in Minnesota, Red
Hmm.
Sing. He was one of the biggest sponsors on I Love Daru, the video. So there's so much in store when it comes to music. I was given the opportunity just 2 days ago to jump on a budget track with some great legends. And today I actually did the recording and I'm looking forward to that. That's coming out on Saturday. I don't want to let too much out of who's the guys on the track, but
Yes.
just look out for it. Diwali season is around the corner, and this is going to be phenomenal. And it was just an honor to be a part of this production with the so said legends. Trust me, it's going to be one that plays in years and years and years to come. So um, I also have some collabs coming up. Those things that we keeping very, very quiet, just because the element of surprise always gives that wow factor. And we like to. I have a saying I always say: speak softly, but carry a big stick. And it's actually something that Theodore Roosevelt said, and I kind of live by that. I just I'm a mellow person. I don't say much, but I deliver on my promises and the things that I stand behind.
Definitely, Ranjiv. And you know, you and I, we're silent in some ways, right? We work
Yes, yes,
together. I'm one of those people that, um, I truly enjoy working with you. I do bug you a lot, and
it's okay. I know.
I. But when it's all said and done, we have been working together now for a while, and it's truly a pleasure to be on the same team as you, and you know, to do things with you. Uh,
Likewise.
a lot of people that are watching tonight, they're watching to hear about I Love Daru. What is the inspiration? How did you, and I know you do writing and a lot of things for your music.
Right.
What was the inspiration behind I Love Daru? Because
Believe it or not,
when
this
when
was.
I when I heard that song for the first time, I said to you, this is so unlike you and what your type of music,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because you sent it to me, you said, what do you think? Your honest opinion, Shamiz. And I said, it is really, really good, but nothing that I would have imagined Ranjif will be doing,
right, right.
right? Because your music is more like your personality, mellow, soft.
Yeah.
I Love Daru is more of a out there, totally different. So what was the
He-
inspiration behind it?
So believe it or not, this melody was given to me by Anil Mr. Dunya. He actually brought the melody to my attention. My
Right.
business partner in music movements. The logo that you see, like right there, this logo. So
Yes.
this is our company. It's a musical entertainment company that cover a lot of things. We're an umbrella of things that we do. Not specifically just music. It's the production aspect, the recording aspect, and things like that. But anyway, we'll get into that shortly. But Daru was the melody was given to me by Mr. Dunya, and we sat on it probably for I would say almost a year. It was like last year sometime he gave it to me. And I didn't know what to sing. So I had so many concepts in my head with I Love Daru. So the catchphrase was, you know that I love you, but love me Daru too. Right? So that's the catchphrase. But I know that I wanted to use, you know that I love you. But there was so many things that came after that. There was like, if I go to sing the madness that we had, um,
Oh, we were listening. We want to hear some of that madness.
so so I'll just tell you a couple. So a couple was, you know that I love you, but your mommy love me too. Right? So that's one. You know that I love
Get a lot of trouble.
you. I know. And your sister love me too. Like we had so many. Yeah. Listen,
Well,
we was just
definitely he could have been sing that on the mile.
You would have been on the show for like 3 months straight.
let me tell you, it was so many different concepts, so many different things. And then um one day I was just a lot of inspirations come to me in the shower, believe it or not, underwater. And I was in the shower and I was singing this chorus. And I don't know how to sing and I don't want to sing. And then I was like, you know that I love you, but love me liquor too. So I said liquor. And I was like,
Mhm,
wait, I like this. I like the ring of it, right?
mhm.
Because I now put myself in the person who is listening to it, right? Baby, I love, but I love my rum too, right? So I kind of put myself in that shoes as a third person looking in. And I was like, okay, so now I don't like to sing too much about rum, like actually the hardcore rum, saying rum or liquor in a song. So I went to a couple friends, Tony Cuts being one, KI being one, and Mr. Dunya being one. And I was like, guys, what do you think? Like, where should we go? So they were like, we're not too much feeling the liquor. And I was like, okay, so what do we go? They were like, all right, let me sleep on it. So over the night, I was like, but I like this word daru because now we still singing about the same thing, but now we're using the Hindustani word now
Correct.
to liquor,
Yes,
Right.
yes.
right? And I was like, I think this can work because Jupati has sung about daru. Oh, daru, Bhola Setan Mania, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
Yes.
song. There's other people have sing daru songs, and it worked. So why not use the word daru in the song and see what happens? So next morning I called I called Mr. Dunya, and I called Tony. Tony was in Guyana at the time. This is before their tour started, and he was like, "Bro, they all was like, I think you're onto something. I really think you're onto something." So I was like, "Okay." So I finished writing out the song, and then went into studio. Maybe about a month before I released in August. As the song was actually supposed to release in July. On
Mhm.
July 1st was my aim, but I got sick. I really didn't have any voice to sing, and I was just delayed. So I went into studio end of July, and in studio we just had the chorus, verse, and another verse. We didn't have all the inside pieces like the "I just only do undo, no matter what I can't please you." We didn't have none of that, so we sat in the studio, me and Mr. Dunya. We do all the recordings by the way at our home. We have our own studio. It's called the Music Movement Studio. We have all our recording equipment. No need to fly and go to Trinidad anymore and all of that. So less expense for us, more production quality, right?
Right.
Um, so we sat in studio and we started chanting and rapping and doing all these things and coming up with our little creative, using our little creative process to finish the song. And believe it or not, like we came up with all these pieces on the spot in studio, and we just sat back and we listened to it and we were just like, wow, this is a masterpiece. I think we outdid ourselves here. I was like,
Yeah.
We didn't know our potential till we sat that night. And every time we do a song, or we do things like this, and we sit with our creative process, we learn so much about ourselves, creativity, on a creative side, and we learn so much about ourselves, um, on our vocal ability as well, right? Um, and believe it or not, um, we sat there, we finished up the vocals, we sent it off to Maha Productions, in Trinidad. He was just getting ready to close up studio, so we caught him like right before he closed up studio. Um, I had Amit Dukran. He's an amazing singer that did my background vocals in Trinidad, and he mixed and mastered it and sent it back. And I shot the video shortly after with Nirmal Singh from NSYNC Productions. He did a phenomenal job. We did some things that I've never done in videos before, that I never thought I would see in a video, or see myself doing in a video, I should say. I actually included my actually real wife in the video.
Right.
The main female was my real actual wife, and she was so against it until that day. And what I enjoyed most about the fact that this process became such a natural process, because it was her. I didn't have to pretend to love her. I didn't have to pretend to be mad at her. I didn't have to pretend to hey, stop it, or let's just laugh and just enjoy it. It was nothing. It was all so natural, and that's what made this video more successful than anything, was the natural aspect of it. So,
Amazing.
and
So
the
you said
finished
this,
product, yeah.
sorry, Ranjeev, you said this video more successful than any other, meaning that this video and this song has been going crazy on YouTube. The views
Yes,
has been amazing. And I know you're not one of those people to look at views and to
right.
really, but nevertheless, when we all do what we do, part of it is to get the approval, right? Somewhat
Of course.
of our fans and our people that follow
Yeah.
us, right?
Yep.
So,
Most
what
definitely.
was that like? I think in the first 24 hours or something like that, you had a crazy number
Yeah. So in the
of
first
people,
24 hours, I hit 10K, which has never been done by myself.
right?
Now I don't compare to anyone, right? So I don't compare myself to anyone. These are personal records that I am breaking for myself. I am at 60, almost 68,000 views currently, in just a little over a month, which is again record breaking for myself and my track record. Um, this song has gone crazy on TikTok. Let me tell you, TikTok is loving this song, and I don't know what it is, but there's hundreds of videos out there with people singing the chorus, dancing the chorus, doing their little dance moves with the, that I love you and all these things, and I enjoy it, because never in my wildest dreams that I thought that I had a song that would end up viral, or somewhat viral. I wouldn't say it's totally viral, but somewhat viral, and be this successful. So I'm so happy, and I'm blessed for just the little humble blessings that I'm getting out of it. Um, I'm actually lost for words when I sit and I look through all the analytics that I, because I track it. I track the progress of the song,
Mhm.
and it's just on a up and on a up and on a steady upward
Yeah,
um
trend.
motion. And yeah, and I can't be thankful enough to the people actually that has made that happen, because I didn't make it happen. I just sang the song, hopefully hoping that you, the listeners, would love it or like it. And I let you guys do the decision making, and so far you guys have been giving me a lot of thumbs up. I know a lot of people, there's some people that disapprove, but I humbly apologize if you do disapprove, whatever I have done. But we live in a world of entertainment, and not we can't please everybody, right?
That's
So
correct.
Definitely,
That's
yeah.
Ranjit.
definitely.
Now, for anyone who doesn't know or hasn't seen the video,
Yep.
are you able to give us a little bit of what that song sounds like? Because I see a couple of comments. What is the name of this video? Roop, that his name is Ranjeev, and the song is called "I Love Daru."
Yeah.
But before Ranjit, I'll let you get your vocals or whatever you need to get up. But in the meantime, it's such a good feeling when we go to events and we see people that follow us and they're there and they want to take photos.
Correct.
But
Yes.
for you, I know recently I was at an event that you were at, which we have been at a lot of events, and
Yep.
I couldn't help because you weren't there yet. And I saw this guy wearing I Love Daru t-shirt, right?
Yes, you did
And I
mention it.
was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I was really excited about I was more excited, I think, more than you. And when you came and I said, hey, you have to meet this guy.
Yeah.
He's wearing that t-shirt. And then he was a complete stranger to you. You guys had
Yeah. Yeah.
never met,
Most definitely.
but he was
Never met him.
wearing
Yeah.
now for people who are watching right now, how can they get, because you do have merchandise as well for your company that you have. Can you tell us about
Right.
that?
So yeah, so I have merchandise specifically for this song. It's an "I Love Daru" T-shirt. If you looked at the picture that Shamiza posted prior to this interview today, you'd see I was wearing the T-shirt, and that picture was actually taken the night of the video shoot. So we do sell those T-shirts now. Not again, everybody will approve of what it says, but the idea behind it was to um, really let people love what they love, like love is love, right? We live in a
Exactly.
world where love is love. So if I love Daru, then I love Daru. I'll wear the shirt loud and proud, right? So
Right.
a lot of people is like, listen, you couldn't say it any better. I love Daru, so I want a shirt. So if you do want a shirt and you love Daru, and again, it doesn't say anything bad of you if you wear a shirt that says I love Daru. It actually is very funny. A lot of people's like, what, I love Daru. What is Daru? A lot of people ask, what is Daru? Daru is alcohol. Daru is rum, for lack of better terms, or liquor. It's a Hindustani word for those spirits, you should say.
Yeah.
So a lot of people ask. It was like, yo, but I love liquor. I like that shit. I have a lot of American friends that I work with, Hispanic friends as well, and they were like, "Hey, Mister Daru, Daru," and they're saying it, and they're embracing it, and that's funny, and it's actually a proud moment for me that I have a different culture that's actually loving the word Daru. Um, but the shirt, if you do love Daru, wear it loud and proud. You can send us a DM on. I do have a company. It's called SRK Printing and Designs. And on Instagram, you can find us at SRK Printing. You could send us a DM there and let us know what size shirt you need, how many shirts you want, and the shirts are $25 a piece. And once you DM us, we'll let you know how to send the payments and all of that. So hit us up, SRK Printing, and we're on Instagram, and on Facebook it's SRK Printing and Designs. I do custom apparel for all businesses, all types of events, all different things. Hit us up if you have a question. If I can't do it, I'll point you in the right direction. But you know, come check us out, SRK Printing and Designs, and you could get in contact with us at any time through there. Our phone numbers there, our emails are there. So yeah. So I
Are you
love Daru
ready,
t-shirts.
Ranjeev? Let's go.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
2 minutes, 3 minutes.
All right. I have to sing it in a kind of a baritone because I'm still I'm extremely tired, as you
I
know,
was happy
Shamiza.
too
So
because one night I was humming the tune.
the song goes like this to everybody who's listening. So big up. Also, I want to say big up to everybody in Guyana that's locked on right now. It's
All
such a
right.
pleasure to have you
So
guys.
who don't know the
If they're
song?
watching us on channel 69 as
Channel,
well.
yes, so in channel 69, wherever you guys are, thank you for
Yeah.
being here. Thank you for being on Get Real with Shamiza. Trust me, this is a show that you have to follow every week. All right, so the song goes like this. My girl says she leaving cause I only drinking. Pack up all she things and she leave and gone. I tell she come back home cause I can't do this alone. It have something that I want you know. You know that I love you, but love me Daru too. You know that I love you, but love me Daru
All
too.
right.
So yeah, that's the chorus
Wow.
of this song, guys. So I mean, it's comical lyrics. I like to sing songs that are very comical, also very relatable. So, and I know this is both.
Ranjeev, I thank you for being here with us this
It's such a
evening.
pleasure.
Bibi, I thank you for being here with us, sharing your journey with us, and also staying on so that you can be a part of this live with Ranjeev as well. Thank you for your support. To all our sponsors for this show tonight, I thank you. To all our viewers, thank you so much for being here with us. And George Bash, thank you. I know you didn't have a lot of questions tonight, but
I'm
you know,
fine. I'm
it was a
fine.
well-packed show, and
Big up
I
to
thank you
judgment.
all. Tonight I've learned from everyone that, you know, no matter where life takes you, stay true to who you are, believe
Correct.
in yourself, stay humble, and go the extra mile for those people that are important to you.
Correct.
With that said, I am your host, Shamiza Ali. Good evening and have a productive evening. Be bold, be who you are, and stay real. Bye bye.
Bye bye.